Hello everyone to watch my channel. I'm Sun and I'm recording this video because I want to know the process when I'm learning English with Duolingo. So let's see.
Nearby. Room.
Meeting.
Urgent, 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 urgent. Là khẩn cấp.
Increase. Understate.
Stands.
I need to postpone the meeting today because I'm too sick.
I need to postpone the meeting today because I'm too sick. Postpone.
Actually, he's got some sort of virus, so he's off today.
But that doesn't make sense.
But that doesn't make sense.
Yikes! There's some type of problem with the company website. Basically, it won't open. It's urgent that we fix it. During training, I gave the new employees a helpful tip for organizing files on the computer. They said it made their work easier. Actually, James, that's not exactly what I meant. I meant that we mostly communicate by email, not that we never have face-to-face meetings.
One.
I want a job that's challenging as well as fun.
I want a job that's challenging as well as fun.
Latest.
Free.
Conference.
Converse.
Familiar.
Schedule.
Tôi sẽ lên lịch cuộc hẹn tiếp theo của chúng ta. Bạn có thể cho tôi biết thời gian. Đây, lịch kế hoạch cho cuộc hội nghị chủ đề.
Difficult.
Basically, we only use natural products.
Basically, we only use natural products.
As well as not being very well paid, my last role wasn't very challenging either. It's good to have found a more interesting position.
I went to the one about how to manage your time.
I went to the one about how to manage your time.
Wow, our new product is selling very fast online.
Have you tried any of our new products? Have you tried any of our new products?
chef.
Have you tried any of our new products?
Have you tried any of our new products? Let's postpone to the meeting and do it next week.
Did you say you're the person who deals with complaints?
Did you say you are the person who deals with complaints?
Work.
When.
I hope this is urgent, Fred, or I'm hanging up.
That what?
I got my college degree and found a job shortly afterward.
So, it looks like the big meeting room is already booked. Let me see if I can find one that's free. So, it looks like the big meeting room is already booked. Let me see if I can find one that's free.
Can you sign the contract and send it back to us?
Would you mind giving me some tips on how to give presentations? I mostly just wrote reports at my last job.
Have you ever managed a large project? Have you ever managed a large project? Have you ever managed a large project?
I attended so many meetings today. The one where we discussed our future plans was good. I hope I am chosen to lead one of those projects. At first, I thought it was some sort of joke. At first, I thought it was some sort of joke. At first, I thought it was some sort of joke. I attended so many meetings today. The one where we discussed our future plans was good. I hope I am chosen to lead one of those projects. At first, I thought it was some sort of joke. At first, I thought it was some sort of joke.
Give.
Let's postpone tomorrow's meeting and do it next week instead.
Let's postpone tomorrow's meeting and do it next week instead.
Yes, I'll definitely send you that report by 3 o'clock.
Yes, I'll definitely send you that report by 3 o'clock.
There's some kind of problem with the software. There's some kind of problem with the software.
At first, I thought it was some sort of joke.
At first, I thought it was some sort of joke.
Sort.
Short.
But that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense.
Sense. Makes sense.
If something is urgent, it's important and requires immediate attention.
Did he mention the reason why he postponed it?
This is a complete.
Did he mention the reason why he postponed it? Did he mention the reason why he postponed it? Why he postponed it. To get information about a company's financial issues, you need to look at its bank accounts.
There are 3 people in our department. Tom's the boss, Bob's the one who deals with customers, and I'm the one who manages social media.
If you manage a project, you're the person who leads it and makes important decisions.
I couldn't remember my colleague's name when I introduced him to my friend, so I just said, "This guy is the one to watch. He's awesome."
Actually, James, that's not exactly what I meant.
Fred will begin work shortly after he signs his new contract. It's his first job after college, and he's really excited.
Anh ấy sẽ bắt đầu làm việc ngay. This is his first job at college. Đó là công việc đầu tiên của mình sau đại học. Đầu tiên là sau tốt nghiệp đại học. Anh ấy cảm thấy rất là Fred sẽ bắt đầu ngay công việc, bắt đầu làm việc ngay khi anh ấy ký. Okay, I just finished Gate 48. Collaborate at work. But I think I need to learn one thing. To
Put away.
Daughter-in-law.
Refuse. Thoughts. Son-in-law. Regret. Regret. Confirm.
Wait. Refuse.
Regret.
Refuse. Waste.
Female.
Put away. Regret.
Confirm.
Male. Refuse. Put away.
Confirm. Regret. Son-in-law.
Take back. Waste. Male. Refuse. Put away.
Male. Female.
Put away.
Female. Regretted. Female. Regretted. Refuse.
Male. Put away.
Confirm. Put away.
Female. Male.
Confirm. Refuse.
Waste.
Male. Female. Confirm.
Confirm.
Regret. Daughter-in-law.
Wait.
Waste. Put away.
Refuse.
Confirm.
Okay, on gone. Online is gone. So next lesson, Gate 49, resolve problems. So let's start.
When you have several options, you need to select which one you want the most. Select any movie on the screen. Any movie on the screen.
Do you select your meals when you book a flight?
A flight attendant's job is to take care of passengers on a plane. They often serve snacks and drinks. Flight attendant.
attendant job. Công việc của tiếp viên hàng không flight attendant's job to take care of passengers là chăm sóc các hành khách trên chuyến bay. Họ thường sẽ phục vụ snack and drink, đồ ăn nhẹ, thức uống.
I didn't know your brother was a flight attendant for this airline.
I didn't know your brother was a flight attendant for this airline.
Passengers need to fasten their seatbelts before the plane takes off. The airport bus is often full, so book your seat ahead of time. I usually book mine the night before I travel.
Ahead. Time.
Advance. Let's reserve our seats ahead of time. Our. Let's reserve our seats ahead of time. Seats. Let's reserve our seats ahead of time. Time.
We'd better book the hotel ahead of time this year.
Seat.
Last time, they'd lost our bags before we even left, hadn't they?
The flight attendants had given you drinks, hadn't they?
The flight attendants had given you drinks, hadn't they?
You had fastened your seatbelt, hadn't you? You had fastened your seatbelt. Had in you.
Make sure everyone has fastened their seatbelts.
Make sure everyone has fastened their seatbelts.
Do you select your meals when you book a flight?
I am an immigrant to the U.S. That means I was born in a different country, and now I live in the U.S.
Immigrant.
Immigrant.
Immigrant. Immigrant. Người trú. An immigrant. 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 Immigrant.
If you're arriving as an immigrant, you need to join that line.
Our hotel is in a central part of the island, so we won't be near the coast.
Coast. Central.
Nhằm.
Seatbelt. Coast.
Last time we came, we hadn't booked our flights ahead of time, had we?
I've been to 2 countries in North America.
I've been to two countries in North America.
What languages do they speak in South America?
Recycled. Arrived.
How long does it take to become a permanent resident?
How long does it take to become a permanent resident?
Permanent.
Permanent
Permanent.
resident.
Resident.
Resident. Cứ như mình bị permanent resident. Permanent resident.
Packed.
I had an immigrant visa, but now I'm a permanent resident.
I had an immigrant visa, but now I'm a permanent resident.
Have you ever been to North America? Have you ever? Have you ever been to North America? Been to North America.
Permanent residents need to fill out this section.
Permanent residents need to be fill out these sections.
Our luggage hadn't arrived yet, had it? Had. Bed and breakfast. Our luggage hadn't arrived yet, had it? Arrived. Yet. Had it.
I'm a permanent resident of the United States. Resident of the United States.
Our hotel is in a central part of the island, so we won't be near the coast.
Most passengers board the plane with one small bag, and check at least one larger, heavier suitcase.
Most passengers board the plane. Khách nước ngoài.
Board. Most.
Hầu hết hành khách lên máy bay đều mang theo một chiếc túi nhỏ. With the one small one, đều mang theo với một chiếc túi nhỏ. And check at least one large. Và ví dụ ít nhất một vali lớn. Heavy suitcase nặng hơn. Check at least và ký gửi ít nhất một chiếc vali lớn nặng hơn.
I didn't want to share a hotel room with my mom, so I booked a separate room. Separate.
I have a separate bag for socks. A separate bag for sock. A self-service cafe doesn't have any waiters. Customers select the food and carry it to the table themselves.
A self-service cafe doesn't have any waiters. Carry it.
Self-service. Order.
I don't know how to use these self-service machines.
I don't know how to use these self-service machines.
When you board a plane, you can usually take one small, light bag. Board. When?
Board. When you board a plane, Khi bạn lên máy bay, bạn có thể sử dụng check. Bạn có thể mang theo một chiếc túi nhỏ nhẹ. This is called your carry. Nó gọi là lý xách tay.
I hope you brought some food in your carry-on. You hate airline food.
I hope you brought some food in your carry.
I wanted to pack an extra coat, but there wasn't enough room in my tiny suitcase.
I wanted to pack an extra coat, but there wasn't enough room in my tiny suitcase.
Pack. Coat.
Space.
There's no more room in my carry-on.
There's no more room in my carry-on.
Excuse me, do you know who this line is for?
How many bags are you checking?
How many bags are you checking? Bags.
I'm not sure what this line is for. I'm not sure. What? I'm not sure what this line is for. Line is for. You should ask her who she's looking for. Should ask her who she looking for.
No, I packed them in my checked luggage. I packed them in my checked luggage. A bed and breakfast is usually a house that's like a small hotel. When you rent a room, the price includes breakfast the next morning.
Bed and breakfast.
We stayed at a charming bed and breakfast in the French countryside.
We stayed at a charming bed and breakfast in the French countryside. Charming.
Nadia, you're back from the conference. How did it go? Was it interesting? Or do you regret going?
Back from the conference.
How did your conversation go? How did your conversation go?
She went backpacking through Europe and then wrote a book about her travels.
How did your trip go? Did you have fun on your travels?
There's a kettle and some tea bags in your room, so help yourself to tea if you like.
Food.
Help yourself to some more dessert. Yourself. Help yourself to some more dessert. Some. Only. More. Dessert.
Please help yourself to breakfast.
Please help yourself to breakfast.
How did your road trip with Mia go?
Nobody.
I prefer to stay at bed and breakfasts. I don't really like hotels.
I prefer to stay at bed and breakfast. Don't really like hotels. I prefer to stay at bed. I don't really like hostels. I don't really like. I prefer to stay at bed and breakfast. I don't really like hostels.
We saw this bed and breakfast in a travel ad. We saw this bed and breakfast in a travel ad. And breakfast. We saw this bed and breakfast in a travel ad. Travel. Ad.
She's a fun person to travel with.
She's a fun person to travel with.
If a machine is reliable, that means that it almost always works well and does what is expected. Reliable.
Dạ.
Machine.
Nếu mà cái máy móc này đáng tin,
Reliable.
that means that is almost well.
Expected. If.
Điều đó nghĩa là nó hầu như làm tốt, luôn hoạt động tốt và làm được những gì đáng mong đợi.
My phone connection isn't very reliable.
My phone connection isn't very reliable.
The hotel Wi-Fi wasn't very reliable.
As the waiter was pouring the wine, he sneezed and spilled it everywhere.
As a waiter.
As.
Với tư cách là một người phục vụ, pouring the wine, rót rượu, he sneezed. Khi anh ấy làm người rót rượu vang, anh ấy đã xì và đốt.
Walked.
I heard a strange noise as I walked toward the closet.
I heard a strange noise as I walked toward the closet.
If a machine is out of order, it has a temporary problem, so people shouldn't use it until it's fixed. Of order. Even the washing machine was out of order. Washing machine of out was out of order.
I couldn't take a hot shower because the water heater was out of order.
When you turn on the air conditioner, cold air comes out of the machine.
There are no other guests here, so there's nobody to talk to.
If there's a problem, Amy is the person you need to talk to.
If there's a problem, Amy is the person you need to talk to.
Water.
There are, but they only come out at night. There are, but they come out at night. There are, but they only come out at night.
Anna is someone who you should listen to. Anna is someone who you should listen to.
When you turn on the air conditioner, cold air comes out of the machine.
There are no other guests here, so there's nobody to talk to.
Okay, we'll take a bit rest.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright. And for the first time in a long time, I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I'm not falling. I'll push all my chips and call all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows. And we're all going life, still nobody knows. But I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes. And ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. Back a year ago.
Okay, let's continue. Show problems.
When you turn on the air conditioner, cold air comes out of the machine.
There are no other guests here, so there's nobody to talk to.
Our hotel is in a central part of the island, so we...
Do you select your meals when you book a flight?
I don't know what this document is for. I don't know what this document is for. I don't know what is. I don't know what this document is for. Document. I don't know what this document is for. Is. Is. For.
You had bought these tickets ahead of time, hadn't you?
You had bought tickets. These tickets hit ahead of time, hadn't you?
I'm not sure what this line is for. I'm not sure. What? I'm not sure what this line is for. Is for.
No, I packed them in my checked luggage.
No, I packed them in my check luggage.
Our luggage hadn't arrived yet, had it? Had. Check. Our luggage hadn't arrived yet, had it? In. Arrived. Yet. Had it.
Excuse me, sir, would you mind fastening your seatbelt?
Excuse me, sir. Would you mind fastening your seatbelt?
I don't know who this ticket is for. I don't know who. I don't know who this ticket is for. Is. Ticket. This. Ticket. Is. For. I don't know who this ticket is for. The airport bus is often full, so book your seat ahead of time. I usually book mine the night before I travel.
I spend my weekends knitting tiny coats for my cat. I had a coupon for 50% off. When I worked at the mall, I had to float for lots of clothes every day. I usually get a lot of clothes whenever there's a sale. My grandmother sewed this scarf for me many years ago. What does the logo on your sweater say? What did you say? I couldn't hear what you said. Said. Seriously, who can afford to pay $10 for a melon? Small, medium, or large? What did she decide? I hope she's happy with whatever she decided. I don't know which cart to buy. Cart. Very few people can afford to buy whatever they want. With this coupon, you get two for the price of one. Two security guards stood by the doors. I only buy designer sneakers that have the company logo on the side. Designer. I tried the medium, but it was much too small. My son only likes brands that I can afford. It's not a cool brand, but who cares what people think? I paid for it with pennies just to annoy him. Pennies, đọc số. I don't like what they sell at the store. Okay, why did I volunteer to organize the family reunion? When my dad is barbecuing the sausages, they are always black. She carved the pumpkin to make it look like Elvis. Who's going to light the candle? I told Aunt Marriott I'd bring a pumpkin pie to the potluck. Why was she looking at me like that when she made a wish? It was a strong hot cocoa with lots of spices. We lit all the candles and Grandma blew them out. Wow, it's already getting dark. It didn't used to get dark until 7. Will there be stands with local food? I need to remove this old nail polish. I want to take it off. Where do you get your nails done? They're gorgeous. They're gorgeous. Gorgeous. I never go to nail salons. I do my own nails at home. What time are you getting your hair done? Who usually does your hair? I want to have my photo taken by an expert. My grandpa had his haircut when he went downtown. I wonder if hairdressers cut their own hair. Hairdressers. I'm having a tooth removed next week and it makes me so nervous. He has a tattoo on his back that says I love Mom. Where did you get your hair dyed? I love the color blue. Basically, I manage their social media. Oh my gosh, no, that's not what I meant. Hold on just a minute. I'll give you my email address. At first, I thought it was some sort of joke. I quit my job shortly before the company closed. Did you say you are the person who deals with complaints? I want a job that's challenging as well as fun. Basically, he only used natural products. Isn't Bob the person who deals sales reports? Mostly Spanish and Portuguese. I never go to nail salons. I do my own nails at home. Did you get your haircut at the barber shop?
What time?
What time are you getting your hair done? Who usually does your hair? This is the perfect color for your lips. You are very lucky. She's an expert. Who's the guy with the nose piercing? Piercing.
She cuts her.
She cuts her own hair and does her own nails. Your fingers look nice. Where do you get your nail done? I did my own makeup because it was not cheap to get my makeup done. It is not cheap to have your photo taken by a photographer. My grandma's pie has a strong taste. Want to try some? They bring apple cider to celebrate the harvest. I'm getting about 3 garage sales a week in the springtime. I bet it gets not here in the summertime. Why do people carve pumpkins on Halloween? It was getting dark, so I lit a few candles. She blew out the candles before I could take photos. Oh, look, the kids next door have a lemonade stand. Yeah, how about hiding Easter eggs for them to find? How long does it take to barbecue chicken wing? This movie would have been better if someone else had directed it. It was marvelous, the best I've ever seen. When did you decide to become an artist? How was the folk festival last weekend? If I had driven myself to the museum, I would have arrived on time. I would have been sad if I'd missed that exhibition. The tower offers plenty of entertainment for tourists. Beyoncé was it first, and then it became a trend. This room of art museum displays paintings by local artists. If you hadn't used that work, the poem would have been great. Would have. It's okay. Maybe you'll start a new trend. His books are generally based on his own life. If you had come earlier, we wouldn't have missed my favorite singer. If you'd practiced more, you would have played better. I'm not a big fan of her paintings, but I'm getting used to them. This is a real painting, so it was more expensive. Nowadays, a lot of searchers don't use animals. See, if she'd come with us, she would have explained what the paintings mean. They display lots of marvelous works by talented artists. Are they going to display Da Vinci's famous paintings? No, sales are improving. Actually, they're decreasing. Actually, he's got some sort of virus, so he's off today. It'll never happen if you keep postponing it. Hold on, did you say you got a raise?
Isn't that the place where last year's conference?
Isn't that the place where last year's conference was? You know he doesn't like talking about his age. So are you the owners as well as the chief? That's the thing that the report didn't mention. This sentence in my contract doesn't make sense. Let me see if I get that you mean what you mean. What does the logo on your sweater say? Small, medium, or large? My grandmother sewed this scarf for me many years ago. You can get a discount on whatever you need with a Discord online. When I worked at the mall, I floated shirts for hours. 2 security guards stood by the doors. I checked the vintage store. Have you decided which store to check? If I'd waited for the sales, these shirts would have cost much less. The cost seems reasonable until I saw the shipping fees. Did he ask you what to get him? To I would have enjoyed it more if you hadn't spoiled the ending. They hurt my feet at first, but I got used to them. Shh. I think the show's starting. Shh. This room of art museum displays paintings by local artists. Paintings. Generally, I like rock music, but I sometimes listen to jazz. It's a nice idea, but let's be realistic. Some artists make lots of money, but it's rare. If you had seen that concert, you would have loved it.
This
is the first drama Mr. Turner has directed. He'll never be a star if he dislikes singing live. She's a fun person to travel with. I had an immigrant visa, but now I'm a permanent resident.
Permanent. Resident.
Permanent resident. I selected a vegetarian meal. What kind of meal did you choose? There's no more room in my carry-on. Excuse me, is there managers who can speak to? The elevator isn't very reliable. It's usually out of order. I always keep my seatbelt fastened during the whole flight. I smelled something strange as I entered the room. I can't carry my pets any further. Let's check them now. When David took a shower, the water that came out never got very warm. they continue.
We'd better book the hotel ahead of time this year.
What a charming bed and breakfast.
What a charming bed and breakfast.
Excuse me. There are insects coming out of the sink in my room.
I'm not sure what these self-service stations are for.
I'm not sure what these self-service stations are for.
How did your conversation? How?
I selected a vegetarian meal ahead of time.
I selected a vegetarian meals ahead of time.
I packed a separate carry-on.
Traveling.
There are several small shops in the airport's central area. Rental. Central.
Food.
Permanent residents need to fill out this section. Residents need to. Permanent residents need to fill out this section. Fill out this section.
No, I packed them in my checked luggage. Packed my luggage. No, I packed them in my checked luggage. Them in my checked luggage.
Why did the flight attendant look at me like that? I'd fastened my seatbelt, hadn't I? I don't know why she looked so annoyed.
She's a fun person to travel with. A fun person to travel with. My grandparents were immigrants from Spain. When they first came to the US, they couldn't speak a word of English.
Where are you staying in New York?
If you're arriving as an immigrant, you need to join that line.
If you are arriving as an immigrant, you need to enjoy that life.
I can predict the future. Bee and Lynn are walking down the street.
Do you want to go get a drink?
I can't. I have to go home and finish a presentation for a client.
Yes. Okay.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I have a meeting with this client tomorrow.
Trust me, you don't have to worry about that meeting.
How could you possibly know that?
Well, because I can predict the future. I'm a psychic.
A scientist.
Is that a joke?
No, seriously. I predict the future all the time.
Prove it.
You see that dog over there? He's going to stop and smell that tree.
Lynn points to a dog, who then smells a tree.
That was easy. That's what all dogs do.
Just then, Bee gets a text.
That's Joe. He wants to go on a date.
Bee checks her phone and sees that Lynn is right.
Lucky guess. I told you yesterday that he likes me.
Don't be jealous because...
Lynn, look out!
Suddenly, a truck drives by, splashing Lynn with water.
Oh no! My clothes are soaked. We can't go to the bar now.
Soaked.
You said you can predict the future. Why didn't you know that was going to happen?
Wow, maybe I'm not a psychic.
Just then, B gets a call from her boss. She looks really disappointed.
Are you okay?
No. My meeting tomorrow is canceled. That client just fired our company.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
I spent so much time on that presentation.
Well, I did say that you had nothing to worry about.
Maybe you can predict the future after all.
I can predict the future. B and Lynn are walking down the street.
Do you want to go get a drink?
I can't. I have to go home and finish a presentation for a client.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I have a meeting with this client tomorrow.
Trust me, you don't have to worry about that meeting.
How could you possibly know that?
Well, because I can predict the future. I'm a psychic.
Is that a joke?
No, seriously. I predict the future all the time.
Prove it.
You see that dog over there? He's going to stop and smell that tree.
Lynn points to a dog, who then smells a tree.
That was easy. That's what all dogs do.
Just then, B gets a text.
That's Joe. He wants to go on a date.
B checks her phone and sees that Lynn is right.
Lucky guess. I told you yesterday that he likes me.
Don't be jealous because...
Lynn, look out!
Suddenly, a truck drives by, splashing Lynn with water.
Oh no! My clothes are soaked. We can't go to the bar now.
You said you can predict the future. Why didn't you know that was going to happen?
Wow, maybe I'm not a psychic.
Just then, B gets a call from her boss. She looks really disappointed.
Are you okay?
No. My meeting tomorrow is canceled. That client just fired our company.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
I spent so much time on that presentation.
Well, I did say that you had nothing to worry about.
Maybe you can predict the future after all.
Do you select your meals when you book? Select. Slept.
I asked the flight attendant for an extra pillow.
I asked the flight attendant for an extra pillow.
I selected a vegetarian meal ahead of time. Team time.
Make sure everyone has fastened their seatbelts.
Make sure everyone has fastened their seatbelts.
Your plane ticket should show the seat number that you selected.
Your plane ticket should show the seat number that you selected.
Why did the flight attendant look at me like that? I'd fastened my seatbelt, hadn't I? I don't know why she looked so annoyed.
You know how Grandma loves to book her flights ahead of time? Well, she's asking if she can come and stay with us 2 years from now.
When you booked the flight, did you remember to select the seats?
Hadn't she?
I had an immigrant visa, but now I'm a permanent resident.
I had an immigrant visa, but now I'm a permanent resident.
Do you need a visa to travel in Central America? America!
Permanent residents need to fill out this section.
Permanent residents need to fill out these sections.
I'm from South America. American. America.
Fred lives in central England, right in the middle of the country.
Fred lies in the Central Islands, right in the middle of the country.
European immigrants began coming to America for America.
I don't have a U.S. passport, but I'm a permanent resident.
I don't have a U.S. passport, but I'm a permanent resident.
My friend's from Central America, but he's a permanent resident here now. He has a special green card which lets him stay in the U.S.
Last time we tried to fly to Central America, all the flights had been canceled due to storms, hadn't they? We had to sleep at the airport.
Had that.
Their flight hadn't taken off yet, had it?
Had. Hadn't. Had he.
I packed a separate carry-on. On, gone.
No, I packed them in my checked luggage.
No, I packed them in my check. Look it.
Sorry, there's no room. Groom.
I hope you brought some food in your carry-on. You hate airline food.
I hope you brought some food in your carry-on. You hate airline food.
At the airport, did you use the self-service machine? Service.
Next, please. All of your liquids need to be in a separate bag before you board the plane. Also, take your laptop out of the bag, please.
Separate. What for?
Who for?
How many bags are you checking?
I have a separate bag for socks.
Sorry, there's no room. Groom. Room. How did the flight go? How?
I prefer to stay at bed and breakfasts. I don't really like hotels.
I prefer to stay at bed and breakfast. I don't really like hotels.
We saw this bed.
Is this the bed and breakfast you chose?
Is this the best and the breakfast you chose?
Help yourself to helps.
How did your weekend at the bed and breakfast go?
How did your weekend at the bed and breakfast go?
My sister's not a very fun person to go on vacation to Italy with. She hates traveling, doesn't like the food, and refuses to speak Italian.
With.
Here's your room, sir. There are towels in the closet and soap in the cabinet. Help yourself to breakfast between 7 and 10 a.m.
With.
How did your road trip with Mia go?
He wrote a blog about his travels.
She's a fun person to travel with.
Help yourself to help.
My sister's not a very fun person to go on vacation to Italy with. She hates traveling, doesn't like the food, and refuses to speak Italian.
He wrote a blog about his travels.
I'm sorry, but the ice machine on your floor is out of order.
I'm sorry, but the ice machine on your floor is out of order.
Why is only hot air coming out of the out? Doubt. When David took a shower, the water that came out never got very warm.
When David took a shower, the water what came out never got very warm.
The elevator isn't very reliable. It's usually out of order.
As we checked in at the hotel, I realized I'd lost my credit card.
As we checked in at the hotel, I realized I lost my credit card.
Sorry, ma'am. The coffee machine in this hotel isn't very reliable. All the coffee is cold this morning. Is that okay? Would you like more?
That's the lady I was talking to. While we were talking, a large bug ran across the floor in front of us. She just smiled and stepped on it.
Who, too.
Frida's hotel has lots of cats that come out at night. She put her head under the sheets because she doesn't like cats. She's allergic.
Who, too.
I have a niece who's very reliable.
As we opened the curtains, a cloud of dust filled the room.
As he was talking to us, a huge bug landed on my head.
Okay, I will stop now. Thanks for watching and see you in next videos.